Good afternoon. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio. We're your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television two different ways, Greg. Channel 182, North Alabama, that's on Charter Communications, and on Abundant TV, we're syndicated worldwide. So you can find us on, oh yes, it's really cool. So you can find us on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. I've got one of my favorite guys right here. His name is Greg Sullivan. Greg, people are requesting your music like crazy at our station.
It's so amazing, Donna. I'm so overwhelmed and just humbled and honored that God's allowed people to hear my music, and it's touching folks, and that's what it's about. This new song that I have out now we just released it not long ago, so I'm really excited that it's already taken hold.
Yes.
You know? And it's On My Way Back is the name of it, and Ricky Atkinson wrote this song, and he told me that he was at a singing one night at his table, and this gentleman walked in, and Ricky said, I could tell he was off the street, and so the guy walked in, he said, I got a story to tell you, and he said, I don't look like much, but I'm a preacher's kid. He said, I went and I rebelled against my dad and my mom, and just lived a rough life. He said, but I'm on my way back, and that's why I'm here. And Ricky wrote this song from that. And it just carried over into my daughter's deliverance from addiction. She was on her way back, and now she's back. And there's she's been sober clean for 6 years now.
And there's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt about it. Totally.
You know, a lot of folks are looking for that right now.
Yes.
You know, you're in a situation maybe with a family member or spouse, whatever, and you said there's no way this is ever going to be straightened out. There's no way it's ever going to work. But you've got testimony for that.
But then God, that's right. We were there. It was a 6-year addiction that almost took her life. She actually died and was revived. We didn't even know that. It was in 2016. And 2017, she went to jail, and I left her there. And it didn't take
That's
me
a tough
5
love.
days.
That's hard to do.
But you know, that was the best sleep I'd gotten in 10 years. 6 years, because I knew where she was.
You knew she was
I knew she was, so. But it didn't take me 5 days, and she called me and said, Daddy, I don't want this anymore. And there's nobody's life here I want. So she had that prodigal son moment of came to herself. But she not only came to herself, she crawled out of the pig pen, and she started towards home. And you can crawl out of the pig pen today. If you're in the pig pen, you can crawl out. Okay? Just crawl out and head towards home. Your family, your father, your people are looking for you, just like the prodigal's father was looking for his son every day. And it's been amazing, the journey for her home. And she actually did a video with this song. I had asked her, she does all my social media stuff. Her name is Kaylee, and she does all of my videos. She does my Facebook stuff.
Good job, Kaylee.
Yeah, she does everything. If I put something on Facebook and it's not right, Daddy, take that down. I will fix it. She handles all that. But I just asked her, I said, this song, why don't you go find a picture? We can just put the song out on YouTube, you know. And she called me and she said, I was actually singing with Clear Vision that weekend. They were over in Louisiana, and we just left the first church on Sunday morning. And she called me, she said, I did something, I just sent it to you. Opened that up, and I was like, I can't watch this. I just went to tears, you know. And it was just about her walk, her journey home. And the video is so good. And she told me, she said, it allowed me to heal more, Daddy. I was able to put a button on this thing to see that God has delivered me. And there's no going back for her. So that's kind of the culmination of our testimony of this song. Has kind of brought it all back around, you know, and I'm just excited for people to hear it. I want it to help people. That's what it's about, to let people know, yeah, God did this great thing for our family, but he'll do the same for yours. He'll do it because he's the same God, you know, so it's exciting. It's exciting.
You know, I've been in the radio business a long time, television, what have you, and to see a song go that quick up the charts is pretty exciting.
Yes, it
normally
is.
takes a little while. People have to hear it a few times, but this song really resonates because it really doesn't matter about your finances or anything like that. This can happen to anybody, and it can also be about any addiction.
Any addiction, that's right. Not just drugs, just, you know, the prodigal son, he just took his earnings and what was his inheritance and just blew it and ended up where he didn't need to be, you know. So did he really do anything else other than just ask for his and go and just squandered it? So any situation that you're in, if you're away from God, you can come back. So you can be on your way back. And if you're on your way back, that's better than being in the pig pen. It's better than being stuck in all that. So you're headed home.
It's such relief.
And everybody's journey is different. Everybody. But the main thing is don't give up on your family members. When they're coming home, make sure you're there for them. Make sure you're there for them. And so it's exciting. You are correct. It's very exciting.
It really is. And I wanted to say this, that there's a friend of mine who was actually with Cairo's prison ministry, and he used to be in drugs as well. He said, I've been in that, and he said, my parents were pretty affluent people. And he said it was a shame that he brought in on them. And he said when he came to himself, just like you said, the prodigal son, just like your song, he said, when I came to myself, I didn't realize how bad a shape I was in.
Right. Exactly. And that's the thing about the song. I can visualize her being, like the second verse starts right here now, from where I stand, it's breaking my heart. I'm afraid and alone. And that, I know there was times she was afraid and alone, and I couldn't get to her,
And as a parent, it's just horrible what you can't do, what you can't fix.
Right.
So let me ask you this, okay? Because as parents, we want to fix stuff. And so we don't allow the kids sometimes to go on ahead and finish making that mistake, or not make the mistake, but let them find they made the mistake.
Right.
We want to fix it. Are we kind of getting in their way sometimes, not meaning to?
Well, yeah.
Good parents.
Yeah, you got to understand that when a person's in this state, you can't change them. Okay, so I went through the state of, Lisa, my wife, she checked out long before I did as far as not enabling her. You can't enable a person that's in that state. You've got to have the tough love that you talked about. But it took me a long time to get there. And I can remember the day that I gave her to the Lord and said, God, I can't do this anymore. And then when she did go to jail, God spoke to me and said, this is me. Don't touch this. This is me. Leave it alone. And to just watch what he did and just to watch what happened, how he took me off the road, and so I could be there, not 5 states away on the phone, but actually be there when she needed me.
That's right, because you took a little time off.
I took it like 18 months. I didn't know where we were going.
And you didn't know why.
Well, I knew that I needed to be home with my family. I knew that. Because God didn't call us to sacrifice our family on the altar of ministry. He did not. And my family was being sacrificed. Now, as I'm singing on the road, I got this thing, this will pass. This will pass. This will pass. It won't. It got worse. It got worse to the point where I was about to lose my marriage. And it was like, no, we can't do this. My wife even told me, I can move on. Well, I told her, I said, I don't have to be singing gospel music to know God doesn't want that. And so it solidified my marriage by coming on the road and just by being obedient. I didn't do anything special. I did what I was supposed to do as dad, father, as husband. That's what I was supposed to do. That's what God expected me to do. A lot of people, they want holy points. There's not holy points for doing what you're supposed to do. I hear people say, "Well, I went to church." Well, you should have. That's what you're supposed to do. So being obedient and watch, allowed this to happen. And I'm thankful that I did. I'm thankful that I didn't take the stand. Oh, well, you know what? I've been doing this almost all my life. You need to go figure it out. See, God gave her to me. I know some people say, well, the Bible says to leave your father and mother, but it says to cling to your wife. Some people use that leave father and mother like, I can leave my family and I can go do this. And they just need to understand.
It's a different love.
It's a different love. When God gives you a spouse, I'm responsible for her. We're one. Well, we got to where we was at one.
Well, we're the bride of Christ.
Correct. And so,
Same analogy.
So he solidified my marriage, restored our home, delivered our daughter, put us on this back on the road, doing something a little bit different, with a story, with a testimony. My wife says when she's able to come, because we have an autistic son that lives with us, so she can't come all the time. She said, we're going to help people. We're going to help people. That's what we do. And that's what Grace Sullivan Ministries is about, to help people. I tell people every interview I get, I said, my number is 985-507-9432. It's open 24/7, 365. You need to talk to somebody, we're here.
Absolutely.
May not be able to get to where you at, We can talk on the phone, and we can tell you what Jesus did for us.
That's what it's all about. Let's go into a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. You hang in there. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my employees and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. With everything going on right now, your rest is so important. That's why we're having the biggest MyPillow sale ever. Not only are my bed pillows as low as $19.98, but you can get the best body pillows ever. Regular $89.98, now only $29.98. Take your rest on the go with our Roll and Go Anywhere My Pillows for only $14.98. And we have our new couch and accent pillows. They aren't just for looks. They have MyPillow's patented adjustable fill that gives you that amazing MyPillow comfort. In this economy, you get the best gifts ever for the best prices ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you get deep discounts on body, couch, bolster pillows, and so much more, including my original bed pillows for as low as $19.98. Please order now while quantities last.
Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. Good afternoon. We are back. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC. That's in Cross Radio.
Yes.
You can find us on television as well. You can find us on Charter Communications, Channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundant TV, syndicated all over the world.
There you go.
You can find us on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire, and all the social media networks. You can do Facebook Live, all of that. YouTube, and they don't keep me also. But we're on all of those social medias. Now, you can also download the app. The reason you want to do this, you just keep going like up in the top 5 every single week with this new song and prior to the song.
Yes,
absolutely.
IC Radio has been very good to Greg Sullivan Ministries and your audience.
They are. You
Yes.
folks are the reason why.
Yes.
And it's folks all over the world because we can check the background of the radio station. I'm probably not using the right terminology.
Okay.
Phil is probably standing over there somewhere going, it's just the wrong terminology. But we can kind of see where people are watching us. There's people all over the world. I think a lot of them are probably missionaries who want to know what it's like back home.
Exactly.
You know, and that's a neat thing about technology. So, and also you can request. All you have to do is go to our website, IC as in Christ, or if you're hungry, in ice cream,
Gotcha.
radio.media, and you can find Greg. All you have to do is just type in his name. You need to download the app. That's the easiest way to do it. And then you can just go in and just type in his name, and you pull up all of his music. So
Yes.
now you've had other things requested as well. It's not just this song.
Right.
A lot of your music is still being requested. So go ahead and do that because you're the boss of us. You tell us what to do.
Yep.
We're talking about Greg's story, and it's a beautiful story, and it's a beautiful story of redemption.
Yes, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
some of us, a house has to fall on. I'm talking to myself. Some of us, a house has to fall on top of us before we actually get it, because
Right.
we get so busy and we get so day-to-day stuff, your career, and all of those things going on.
Right.
So, how soon before you actually knew there was a problem with your daughter?
Well, the group I was traveling, the couple I was traveling with, they'd had some experience with this in their family. And before I really started realizing, they were kind of saying, you might want to check this, you might want to check this. And then as I began checking into it, begin to see patterns, begin to see things.
See,
But
as
it did
parents,
go
we get in denial, though.
Yeah, and that's where I was, because it's like, she's not gonna do this, because she made a
That's my
32.
little girl.
She made a 32 on her ACT.
Yeah.
She's smarter than that. She's valedictorian. She's not gonna do that. And there's no respect of persons with this. So, like you said, no matter how much money you have, how influential your family is, or whatever, everyone is susceptible to this, and it got bad with her. It got bad.
Well, it can be turned around. I have a nephew, and he was like the star basketball player, the star football player, the star anything sports. He was a star and kept his grades up to a plus.
Right.
And he went downhill.
Yeah.
But he's been redeemed.
Yes, amen.
So owns his own business,
There you go.
and he's doing very, very well. And we're so proud of him.
That's like
so,
Kaylee,
But he had to find himself.
She found herself. She found her husband. I was so thankful I was able to give her to another man. They'll be 3 years married in August. They just coming back from Rome and London today. They both work from home. She works for a great company, and so they're both doing so well. They got 5 dogs and 4 cats that are in the house. I'm like, baby, and she's like, it's my house.
That's me.
I said, she said, it's my house. I said, okay, that's fine. But from where we were, you're able to look back. You're able to look back and see all that God did. And I'm grateful for that.
Do you find yourself saying, why didn't I do something sooner? Why didn't I stay out of that denial stage sooner?
Well, the thing of it is, you're, like you said, you got the denial state, but then, you're also think you can fix it. I can just fix this. A lot of times we say, look, God, I'm going to take care of this one, God. You take care. I know you take care of everybody else. I'll handle this one. And you can't. There are some stones that only God can roll away. That's like a song. But we can't roll away all the stones in our life. God has to. There's stones only He can do. So.
Well, I have to take myself out of situations.
And that's what I had to do. I had to pull out and say, God, what am I doing here? You're in my way. Like I said, whenever she went to jail, God said, this is me. Don't touch this. Leave this alone. And we did, and so now, the ministry it's allowed this ministry to be impactful, to be, somebody told me the other day, was one of the best compliments I got. They said, you're effective. You're effective.
You know you are.
And that's a good place to be,
You're feeling your worth now more than ever, probably.
Right. Well, God taught me some stuff in 2022 about staying in my own lane, knowing where He has me and what I'm supposed to be doing. So many times we get off in other people's lanes and this group's got a #1 song, or this group's doing this, and this group's doing that, or this church is doing that, and we're not doing that, or this person's doing that. Stick with God. God's put us all in our own lane.
Because we have our own talent, right?
And my blessings are in my lane. Your blessings are in your lane. Okay.
Like, you don't want me singing.
And I heard you don't want me on radio. So
Yeah, I do too. He's really good at it. He's really good at it. So let's talk to family. Okay, because I hear this from my friend in Calvary's Prison Ministry. He says, that a guy, he's ready to turn his life around, he's ready to do this, he's finally seen, he's in the wrong man, he's ready to get out of it. But then the family members will say, well, you said that before.
Oh, yeah.
They've seen you with a lamp over your head. I mean, they've seen all this kind of stuff. So let's talk to family members about being serious.
Yeah,
and helping.
Here's the thing, and I'm dealing with that kind of now with another family member. You're going to go through anger, some resentment. You're going to have that what I don't believe.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, you said that, and you do have to see a change. You have to see something happen. But God's commanded us to love everyone, even our own family, but have compassion. Okay. We had people call us when our daughter was homeless for a year. We had people call and say, "Well, if that was my daughter," you can't say that. You're not walking in these shoes. You can't say that.
You've been there.
I'm walking in shoes. Okay, you can't say, "Well, if it was my daughter, I would do this." And then we had some call and say, "Hey, saw your daughter. She's okay. I helped her out." That brought tears to my eyes because it knew that God was using people to keep her safe when I couldn't.
He was putting people in her path.
In her path, that's right.
And that's what He does when we release and let it go.
Right. And so now we have the victory. And we're not going to bottle it up. We're going to share it. And so that's where we are. And
What's Greg Sullivan working on right now? I know you've got some things.
yeah, we just finished a new project. Working on. We have an autistic son. With the Hey Y'all Media family, because I'm Bond Armstrong is my radio promoter, love her to death. Ricky Atkins is my producer. God has me in the right hands, okay? He just does.
They are awesome.
But the Journeys have an autistic son. The Pilot family has an autistic son. Billy Walker and his wife have an autistic son. So we come together and we've put a group together to do a conference, a special needs conference. It's going to happen June 2nd and 3rd in Lumberton, Mississippi. It's coming up. We want to bring in families with special needs, family members, to give them information about what God's did for us. Because when we found out that our son was autistic, we went through, well, he can't, you go through, I'm the only one dealing with this. I'm the only one, God, why did you do this? There's tons of people that have this. And we're coming together to bring people together, to give them information, to sing to them, give them Jesus, and let them know that you're not alone in this. Okay, so I'm really excited about this conference because I think it's going to be something that's going to turn into an annual thing that could get big all over the country before it's over with.
I think it could. And let me tell you this about autistic kids is these kids are smart.
Yes.
They really are, and very creative. I think we're the ones with the issue because we don't understand.
We don't understand.
It.
Like our son, we don't know how much he knows.
He knows it.
But I've seen him do some things. It's like, really?
It's just a different way of communicating.
Yes, it is. It is. Our son we're starting to develop, he loves music, and we're starting to try to develop that with him. And but the Special Needs Conference is coming up. Alabama State Quartet Convention is coming up at the end of July. And I got a lot of singings. We got New Journey Radio. We have a concert from their station in April. And then the Williamsons are coming down in September. So I'm doing a lot. So, and looking forward to a lot into 2024. Got some things. Talked with Ricky Capps last night. Love Ricky Capps and Master's Voice. And we're going to be doing some stuff together.
Oh, that's
So
good.
I'm
You know, I
excited about
love
that.
it, and I want to mention this also about Greg, is when anybody on the top 50, you're always congratulating them. You know, some people get into this business and it's not a business with you, it's you're doing this for the Lord, but I think that's probably the difference. And he's always congratulating everybody else.
Yeah, my wife and I, we want to see everybody do good. We just do.
We're
All
on
on
the
the same
same
team, right? You know, and I hear people, they're like, well, I don't know what song. And I told Vonda this, and I said, we're on the bus. I'm charting. We're on the bus. It don't matter if I'm in the back, front, or in the middle. I'm on the bus. Whenever when I left the road and came back as a soloist, I was concerned, will I lose my relevance? You know what I'm saying? And I've done a lot of work in the industry and stuff like that. And I learned it's not about that, okay? And God has taken me and promoted me, and I want to be promoted by Him. And that's Vonda Armstrong. We're going to let God promote. I sent her something this morning. Her model is simple. It's do the very best to what God has given you and trust God. That's it.
You know what? You remind me of Mr. Cathy with Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he was being interviewed by, this is liberal media, by the way, and it was about his being closed on Sundays for Chick-fil-A. And he said, you're number 3. You could be number 1 if you were open on Sundays. And he said, number 3 is not such a bad place.
It's not a bad place. How many people just want to be on the bus?
Oh, how many? That's the point.
So I'm thankful
Where you're at, do the best you can.
do the best I can. Because I'm me. I'm gonna do what God's given me. I can't do what God's given you.
But you never know. You never know who's watching and who's listening, and they're watching to see how you handle situations
Correct.
too. I think I have to really watch myself when I'm driving down the road when somebody pulls out in front of me. I have to watch it because I'm thinking now somebody might be watching me with that tag on my car, so I'd better behave myself. But people are really watching everything we do, and they're wanting you to slip up in some cases.
Right. Well, people want to do that because it helps them feel better in their situation. And we shouldn't do each other that way. First off, we're all sinners. We've all fell short, come short of the glory of God. That's why Jesus had to die on the cross. I'm thankful for the fact that those sins, before I got saved, are gone. And the sins that I have committed, I've had an advocate with the Father. His name is Jesus. And that doesn't give me right to do it. But when I do mess up, I got a place to go.
Absolutely, and we all do.
Yes.
There's only one perfect one.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I figured out. I think God probably gets so tired of me. Sometimes I want to do it my way. Okay, well then do it your way.
Oh yeah.
I think
he does that.
Yeah.
Because he don't force himself on us. So but
You gotta be willing.
I do know as a child of God, just like he did with Peter, he didn't let Peter drown. Even though Peter took his eyes off of him.
I should have several. I should have dead.
Yeah. I mean, my pastor says, we deserve to be in hell with our neck broken. But Jesus.
Greg, we're going to have to call it today. Time flies by.
It does.
That's just not. We need 2 hours.
There you go.
Just to catch up on stuff.
Well, I appreciate
Greg
you and
Sullivan
Philip
with
and
me right
everybody.
now. Well, we appreciate you, and thank you for being such a supporter of our station.
Thank you.
And the show. We appreciate that
Thank
very
you.
much. And thank you. And don't forget now, you need to look up Greg. He's got more songs as well.
Yes.
So we're going to be getting more in as well. So you take care and you be careful. We're going to have another awesome guest coming up in just a few minutes. So you hang tight.
Thank you.